who's coming out? Rey Fenix, the new luchador, who's the brother of Penta, and he's getting a big high-profile WrestleMania match this quickly.
What's up, channel?
So that's kind of cool for him, right? Like, good for him.
Yeah, I had a early-ish day today.
It's announced that WWE has purchased Lucha
Let's watch the guy, huh?
Which is a huge wrestling organization in Mexico. So that means that they're going to have a lot more Mexican luchadors.
I didn't really have anything going on at work today.
Does that mean that they're going to put them in NXT? Does that mean that they're going to end up being their own division like they used
and
to
then
have, like
on top of that,
actually have like a lucha division?
My daughter was feeling sick, so it gave me another excuse to kind of head out.
That bringing in Penta at the beginning of the year,
I had to get her some Tylenol and all that stuff. Mama picked her up from school.
So maybe that's what the route that they want to.
Oh, Grandma did. Never mind.
With these guys, I don't know, but it's cool to hear that they're buying into Mexican wrestling at this point. Willie Moronka with a highlighted message and kick says, Nacho Libre is my favorite wrestler. Good for you. And you must really like the Minecraft, right?
Einstein's dad. How's my mic sound? I put some filters and mess with things.
It's back and forth.
I don't know if you can tell.
It's back and forth. It's okay. It's a typical lucha match, except, you know, Gable is landing more
the retro
style wrestling moves like suplexes.
Which one is that?
While Rey Fenix is hitting more of the high flying move, right?
It's like the marshmallow one.
Looks like he sprained his ankle, but what they
it's like strawberry, or is that the strawberry one?
El Grande Americano had taken the metal plate that he's been using to cheat in recent matches, and he had slipped it into his mask. So when Rey Fenix kicked El Grande Americano, he actually hurt his own leg.
Dude, I really don't care about freaking
because of this
wrestling. This is so painful.
And then he does a flying headbutt with the metal mask on.
She
1, 2,
lost.
3.
You did?
El Grande Americano
Yeah,
wins.
I think so.
So, is it a good match? Meh, it's okay.
Oh, is she all bloodied up? Looks like her mouth was bleeding.
If anything, what I will say is that I like the plot line, but I don't like that American Made has essentially been swept into the background of this whole thing. Like, there's a whole stable there, right?
I can't believe she lost.
There, I forgot his last name. And then there's also...
I think it's low. I think it's only low because of the comparison.
No one's talking about them. They're not really involved
Hold
in
on.
anything. They've been
Yeah, she got fucked up.
pushed to the background. Oh, the Creeds. Thank you. It's the Creeds. While El Grande Americano has taken the forefront. Now, I like Chad Gable.
So is it low, or is it low in comparison to everything else? Like, how about that? Is that better?
Like, they've jobbed out a ton of times, so what are they going to do with them moving forward? I really don't know. Okay?
Oh.
Okay. I have received a $2 tip.
Looks like a big version of Max Crosby.
For me is that you can tell when he's losing because he always comes out with the boo-boo face. Oh, really? So he comes out with a face where he's upset. I haven't seen enough LA Knight.
Does it sound better, or does it still sound kind of quiet?
Maybe if I pay attention, I'll notice he has a distinct face when he's going to lose a match, and that's how you can predict it. I'm going to actually look for that now. Thank you for that $2 tip. Okay.
Because I did mess with a lot of stuff. I don't want to do that.
Cards, but we're not there yet. Continuing on, it's Tiffy time. It's Tiffany.
Tiffy time.
Literal Mattel Barbie boxes until it's revealed that the two ones on the side are LED recordings of her. The one in the middle is actually her. She bursts through the box and comes to the ring in a complete cotton candy looking baby blue and neon pink outfit. Then Charlotte Flair comes out wearing almost exactly the same outfit. It was actually bizarre.
Outfit autism.
They both have blonde hair. They both have similar physique. They both were wearing almost the same outfit. And I was very confused. Like, why did they do this? Was this
It's low? Okay.
Really don't like
I'll take a look.
I don't know. But one thing I can say is sadly, Charlotte just is not. What I mean by that is
so
skeleton. Like, no exaggeration.
Tell me if this fixes it. How about that?
She just looks like a shell of her former self.
Is that better?
She used to look like she was buff and actually like a threat to the other women. Now she just
I had my mic turned down a little bit. I'm hoping it's not my filters, because I tried adding some filters to help.
I don't know what's going on with her.
Kind of messed with stuff today when I got home.
Kyle said he actually thought the match was good. I hated this match.
Is it volume-wise, or is it like cutting out?
Absolutely, positively hated this
I'm
match.
sorry, man. I shouldn't use you as
It was boring.
tech support.
It was too slow-paced. It
But
was
when I was
really
testing it
long.
before the stream, it sounded like it was
They
okay.
continuously tried to pull spots that didn't work. There was one point, okay? One of them went up on the top turnbuckle, and another, why are we going up on the top turnbuckle situation? All right.
Another, why are we on the turnbuckle?
And the spot was
Because it's entertaining, Phil. That's why they do it.
backwards roll over and then get dropped.
They
It
look
was
good.
a backwards roll and got stuck, and then they awkwardly flopped off the side, but then pretended like they did
You
it.
say Phil is low?
Try to actually grab her, and it just didn't work. It looked awful. There was one point where
I just turned it up, so
over Charlotte, like over the ropes, over
Phil's-
Charlotte's head, and then proceeded, instead of attacking her, to run the ropes.
instead of attacking her,
Come
attack,
back incredibly
Get her.
slow, and then attack her.
and then attack her,
It
maul
was
her.
obvious that this match was choreographed and or booked by someone who thought that they would be able to pull it off.
Yeah,
They could
I had
not.
lowered my
They were
volume
frequently
a little bit,
forgetting their
but
spots. Like constantly forgetting
I don't know
their
if I can,
spots in
because
match.
the way my voice
And
is, it
was
doesn't pick
kind
up
of
on
embarrassing,
this microphone
quite
very well.
frankly, to be honest here, I just did not think it was a
But
very good match.
I was listening back, and
And honestly, also,
it kept sounding
they're trying
like
to do.
I was in a tin can a little bit. So I tried to fix that, and I don't know if it worked.
So how does it end? It's a long ass, drawn out match. If anything, what I would say is the one impressive thing about the match is a very long match, and they actually had endurance to do that. But I just wish the match was good. Like if you're gonna do an incredibly long match, the match better be good, and it literally wasn't. It actually was a very disappointing match that I didn't like. So the ending is Tiffy does a rolling out of nowhere,
Tiffy.
grabs Charlotte with a rolling senton, jumps up on the corner, prettiest moonsault ever, 1, 2, 3. Right? So to
There's
me,
the
it was
bleed
like
proc.
torture. Like seriously, because it was so long trying to get through it, and I just wish that it was faster.
Like there's a
Quite
couple
frankly, I think that that's it for
things
that
where I
one.
was listening
I
back,
don't
and it
want
sounded like I was in a freaking tin can.
I just wanted to be someone different, someone new, someone more interesting.
So I tried to fix it, but
Top to bottom, I thought
it seems like I might have fucked it up.
too many bucks. Okay? I received a $2 tip. How much would it take for me to sleep with diet Dax? There is no amount. It would not happen. Okay, $1 tip. It's just an impossible mission. Put it that way. Okay.
That was kind of weird.
We're at 74 and 5, 26 to go.
What did he just say?
For our first pack opening. All right, the main event. of
Like I
Night
just
One
asked
at
him what it would take for
WrestleMania.
him to sleep with somebody.
Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns
He said it was
versus
like an impossible
Seth goes out first,
proposition.
all lap, and he has a flame
Not his usual. I'm married,
and he
stupid.
blows it, so you're thinking, oh, it's just old burn it down plot line. That must be what they're going for.
Okay, let's see if
But then all
Slicer
the
does
lights go
anything.
off, and all of a sudden now,
Nope.
he's in all white, and he looks almost angelic as he comes out. And once again, that heat meter that was in the corner.
No, this is live.
of the LA Knight, Jacob
The whole
Feinstein
thing
match
was terrible, man.
reappears
It's not
and
even worth
maxes
listening to
out
if you didn't
as
watch the
he's
beginning of it.
standing there angelic walking down the ramp in
It's
all
literally
white.
been all
So
wrestling.
they
I'm
really,
thinking that
really wanted to push this fatal fear
he's gonna
point.
have
Okay. Roman came out
Google
below.
come in
No,
and do like a drama segment at the end.
But he does have the Ula Fala, which
But I don't know
he
if you
won
heard
back
what
from
the
Solo Sikoa back in January.
itinerary
So he
is.
looks kind of fancy with the
But
Fala on, but it's weird that they
after
bring this
this,
up now,
where he's
he hasn't
recapping
worn
everything.
it
Okay, get off the horse, man.
since January.
After where he's recapping, he's gonna have. Well, he already had Ethan Ralph on. So after that, I just got fucked. If I die, I'm gonna be pretty mad. Okay.
My addiction is wrestling. Then and now they show.
Yeah, it was all wrestling. He was sober and just talked about wrestling, so it was very uninteresting. Nope.
And then they
Shit.
played his old theme song, "This Fire Burns Always." Remember that song? Even through the dark
He was very
days, this fire
subdued.
burns always. And that was I forget the
Why did I
band
jump on my
name,
horse right there? That was so
but his
fucking
old
dumb.
theme when he was like in ECW and then WWE at first.
But yeah, Ethan
Okay?
Ralph was already on.
So-
He just talked wrestling.
Yeah, so he
like
comes out with
a normal
Paul
person,
Heyman,
and
In Living Color is there.
nobody wants
to
that.
play his entrance live twice.
It was horrible.
This is the second time. actually over a decade ago, the Living Color was at
Claimed
WrestleMania once to
something on the
Steam. This is the second time now
or not
that
yesterday,
they've
this
done it.
weekend.
And
Ethan Ralph did?
it's
Yeah,
funny
he
because
said,
if you don't know,
blame
Living
something
Color
on
is a more
WrestleMania.
jazzy band. Like
On the
they don't
Jews.
play it
God
hard, they
bless.
go
That is me quoting him.
What a wonderful thing for him to say.
I mean, that is all.
So
Nope.
it's like more upbeat,
He did not ask Phil if he
fast-paced
tasted
than
his
their
thumb.
album version. But I like it. Like I like them as a band like that. But I think a lot of people get shaken by that because they think, oh, they're a hard rock.
He
band.
was
They're
very,
not at
very,
all.
very boring.
Like literally, they're not. They're completely different.
Oh my god. I just
And
read.
we've seen WWE for years here. Okay, so he comes out with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman
Where's
with the old intros as well.
stupid
they're all
bug
doing
at?
It's clobbering time together and everything, which is like a total throwback to the old days. All right.
No,
now, here's
don't
the
do
thing.
that channel.
I could tell you about the match, but I think you know.
Is Wesley in here?
They all beat the shit out
I
of
haven't
each
seen him
other.
yet.
They all have great.
Yeah,
You know,
it was
chemistry.
not.
They all are great wrestlers.
Not
They're
a good
doing
time.
Spots. There's some really nice spots.
This has been very,
But I
very,
don't
very
really need to go
bad.
into detail about it.
Come on, how did that not
What I
hit?
want to do is tell you about how it ends because that's really the main event of everything here. So after a very long, drawn-out match, because it is, they give it time. It's a very good match for the main event of night one. We've got basically Paul Heyman grabbing a chair and handing it
You know
to
what? I
CM
have a
Punk.
bow.
Go hit Roman Reigns with the chair.
Go hit Roman
Punk
Reigns
goes
with the
to hit
chair.
Roman Reigns with the chair. Low blow from Paul Heyman to CM
You're an
Punk.
idiot if you do that.
Wesley was spawning
Now,
later. He's the
Don't
brother.
do it.
This is going to be a shorter
Roman
stream.
Reigns, my tribal chief. This was my plan.
This is literally just going to be the
The
end
entire
of
time, my
the
tribal chief.
smart guys
All right.
I might stream again later. and do the whole this is how you don't
Roman
play
now.
thing again.
He's finally gonna get his revenge for when Seth hit him with the chair back
Huh?
in the day. The ultimate betrayal. Remember when he was the
Yeah,
architect
until
and he
4.
betrayed
He's not going to go past
the
4.
Shield back in the day. He goes to hit Seth. Paul Heyman with the low blow to Roman Reigns.
Oh,
The whole
no.
crowd gasps.
Not a low
And
blow.
then Seth Rollins
Think of the children.
standing there laughing maniacally. This was his evil
Spawn him
plan
later.
all along.
Where are you,
All right.
Bug? What is happening?
So, chair shot by Seth to Roman, pins him 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Done.
He
And
gave him
that's
the
end of
1,
night
2,
one.
3.
Now here's the thing.
Rolled over, gave
That
him the
was a
1,
great
2,
main
3.
event.
There it is.
The match had tons of great wrestling. The match had many interesting spots, but there's a problem. The
Son of a
ending
bitch.
leaked. Like
The ending
everyone had
leaked.
already figured out that Paul Heyman was going to turn on CM Punk. We didn't know that he was going to do a double turn, but we all
So
knew that he was going
useless.
to with Seth.
Waste of time.
Right?
All that
Out
for
of-
his
I think
smithing
I
too.
found out of my 3 guest hosts.
I don't think his chats
All
are
right,
refreshing.
I'm almost positive that at least 2, if not all 3 of them, all expected this as well.
My
So
bad.
everyone on the internet already
Maybe they
figured out
are.
your outcome.
They're just that dead.
Why do that outcome? Why not change it? Why not mix it up? Why not add a new factor or have something in there that will at least give a little bit of unexpected variety? Because I feel like, sadly, the actual potential of the match
What's up,
is
Dasher
squandered when
Pie?
people already figured out the
Are you
outcome.
enjoying Smart Guys as much
And
as the
there
rest
have
of the
been many
class?
times that when WWE has the outcome get spoiled like that, they'll change it up a little bit. They made
And welcome.
no
I believe
effort
that's the
to
first time I've seen your name. Much
So,
obliged. Thank you for
I
checking
like
it
that
out.
event of night one. All right, but it disappoints me to know that I already knew the
Oh,
outcome
son of a
wasn't
bitch.
as interesting.
Well,
So night one overall, I would actually argue. My
no.
favorite match
So
of
what?
night
The way he's doing this, it's the most dented way ever. So he had Ethan Ralph come on. Ethan Ralph gave his takes on everything. And now he's giving his, now DSP's giving his takes on everything. He didn't, like, discuss anything Ralph said, really. He just kind of nodded his head while Ethan Ralph talked. And that was it. And then after this, he's going to read the Spark notes that Cypress wrote. And he's acting like this is content that anybody gives a fuck about. It's wild. I really didn't even want to restream this part, but I figured I would. I'm doing it for the industry. Wow, thanks, Alex from Phoenix.
My skills have not improved in 5-something years that I've seen her. Honestly, she doesn't show hunger to learn.
She doesn't show hunger to learn.
again, I'm just getting exposed to a lot of these people.
Uh,
Because I've only been watching wrestling
whipped.
since January. So, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not impressed with it. It seems like you get the look and that's it. Like, just a look isn't enough. China had the look, but over time, China learned how to wrestle and be more dominant and entertaining, right? But sadly, Jay just
yeah, it was basically just Ethan Ralph just talking about his takes on the WrestleMania.
Actual takes.
And now he's just gonna say what Cypress's are. Is it a video or is he literally just gonna read it? Oh my god. He's just gonna read it.
Here we go.
Ooh. By the skin of my balls. I'm alive.
So, Cypress TV cannot be here live, sadly.
Yeah,
You know,
sadly.
I apologize for that. He wanted to be here, but you know, he's a family man. He's got stuff.
He's a
So,
family
Cypress
man?
has some takes on various
God
matches
bless.
that he'd like to share. Let's go
Fellas out there doubting that you
Say
can get
everyone, I
a
apologize for
get
not
a
being
lovely
here
woman
on
in your
today's
life.
show because of scheduling
Toothless has one,
They
so
asked me to
you
get my
can
thoughts on
too.
WrestleMania. I don't want to go over everything, but I'll cover key matches that I want to mention. So number
Cyrex.
one,
No,
Jay
Toothless
versus
is his mod.
Jay versus Gunther.
So, what's the
Overall, the
name
Jay
of
versus
this?
Gunther match was okay.
Cypress.
Nothing too
Oh.
great, but it wasn't terrible. The ending was a major disappointment. If he used the new submission we haven't seen, it would have possibly created a new dimension for him. By choosing to use Gunther's submission, it did nothing for him. They found a weird way to protect Gunther. Also,
Dude, this is such a fucking bad idea. Why would you just read what somebody else... Okay.
I think it legit made Gunther look
He
wrong.
literally can't do
I think
anything the
he
right way.
defeated Gunther. To lose to a submission hold in 5 seconds. To die
Yeah,
for
Cypress has shit more important to do than...
tons of time. And now all of a sudden he can't put him out. And then he uses
Fuck.
him.
God, man, doing this fight with...
I just think it's the opposite.
As
I
a
think
magic
actually
build is
killed
such a pain in the ass.
I don't know what they're going to do with Gunther moving forward. But it definitely helped.
This dragon has so much magic
Tiffany
resistance.
versus Charlotte. I thought this was going to be a shoot. It was a brutal match, don't get me wrong. For some reason, Charlotte still can't find a pair of trunks that will fit her properly. Tiffany carried her through the match, not without a beating. Much like Derek White in the NBA Finals. Tiffany has come out on top. WWE made the right decision there, and I can't explain it.
Please fall down.
Barbie by Mattel.
So over this.
Yeah, I get the feeling they probably will sell a Tiffany Mattel. Maybe it won't be one. Like
Fall down.
$50.
Thank God. Okay. Dasher Pie. That's a name I feel like I might have seen before.
But personally, I hated the match. I just thought that it was a botch fest.
In other
It was a-
detractor communities. Could be wrong.
Bad day for
versus
you.
Roman versus Seth.
I love you,
Purely
channel.
cinematic from a tribute to CM Punk's career at the beginning.
Right.
to the final bell. This match
First
was the
review
last that
tech.
will be most remembered
Now
for the final
Cypress.
act. Seeing flashes of 2013 Punk and Paul,
Uh,
2023 Roman and Paul,
ba-ba-ba.
all leading to
Let's
a
go
recreation, shot for shot, right down
west?
to the camera
Yeah.
angle of June 2nd, 2014. I think that was the day when he turned on the Shield. We thought Roman would get his revenge on Seth all these years later just for Paul to do the betrayal. Some say it was predictable, and I don't disagree. WWE could have easily had Paul turn on them both and align with Seth in a simple way, but the drama they
Is my
used to
chat
lead
not showing up on
with
screen?
This made it a masterpiece. Best match of the night because of the drama. Overall night, night one was just mid. See, here's my take. We already knew the twist. Like, we already figured it out. And because we already figured it out, I didn't like the match as much. I
Is
thought
it?
the match was good, but it's hard for me to say that's my favorite match when I already knew the outcome ahead of time.
I wasn't looking.
Night 2, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea. I did not enjoy this. Wow, well, I disagree here. I cannot put my finger on why.
Oh, is that a-
Build, and I feel
is
like
that a
from the start,
brony
Bianca
thing?
Belair could have been involved in Naomi's match.
Yeah, chat's not showing
Ripley
up. Hold
should have
on.
never lost that title, and Io should have
Oh,
won
no,
the
it is.
Rumble. Instead, we get a
Oh, it
weird
was
triple
behind
threat.
my
Io
game.
retains, the build kills it for me, and the match didn't help.
No,
I
it's above.
disagree.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that.
Weird.
But that's the first match of night 2 that I'm gonna recap. Personally, I
I hadn't seen it, so
really
I was just double checking.
liked that match.
That wasn't me
I'll
trying to,
tell you
like,
why
farm
when I do my
engagement.
personal recap, okay?
Hold
And
on,
then this
let me-
is Cena versus Cody. Cody's entrance was dumb. Motorcycles and
Cody's
an Iron
entrance
Man
was
skull
dumb.
mask. I'll talk about that for sure when I do my recap. He would have
You
been
haven't
better
done your
served coming
recap
out like
yet?
Cena.
Ugh,
This was
fucking
a match
kill me.
ripped right out of 1997 WCW.
I thought he already did his recap.
Oh, sorry.
182
Bounce
watching.
outside after slams, big
The
bumps in
long
the center of the
awaited.
ring, removing the corner turnbuckle. I can tell Cena's been watching a lot of Hollywood Hogan lately. Unfortunately for Cena, he doesn't have a slimeball personality like Hogan did. In fact, I don't even know what personality Cena has. He looks like an NPC.
Oh
to
my
me.
God.
Zero personality, and he's.
Is there any other mods you just want to get the opinions of WrestleMania from? This is so fucking stupid. Why would you just read this? This is so dumb.
If he lost. Can you imagine a loss taking John Cena going unhinged? And now it adds a more interesting layer to Cena for the rest of the year. If you can't tell, I'm not looking forward to the monotone Cena as champion. Speaking of looking forward to, we all could have looked forward to seeing The Rock. Instead, we just get Travis Scott
I didn't watch any.
That being said, it's kind of poetic.
Any WrestleMania stuff.
Mania this year,
Not a wrestling fan.
ended up a disappointment.
I LARP is one for PWR, but
more importantly, I look forward to a summer.
I mean, I legitimately was back in the day.
That's what I feel will lie for Cena at the end
when
of
I was like 10.
and Cena
But
at SummerSlam.
that was mainly just because I thought Jeff Hardy was cool.
You know, I didn't hate WrestleMania, but I will admit I enjoyed Night 1 way more. Overall, it was definitely worthy of being called a WrestleMania card.
Wow.
Again,
Thanks,
I
Dyfrith.
agree.
I
think
appreciate it.
Night 1 overall.
I'm glad
was
I know
much
your
better than
opinion on
Night 2.
WrestleMania now,
And
bud.
that's weird because you want to save all your build-up and stuff for the end. So I will agree there, but I disagree. I like Cena going over. It gives everyone something else to do.
Ugh, hearing him use wrestling terms like going over, jobber, spot, and just say all this stuff is so frustrating. He's such a fake fan of anything.
And overall, I liked the triple threat women's match. I disagree with him there. So there you go. Some pretty different takes there.
Wow.
Okay.
Differing
Cool.
opinions
Thank you,
is
Cypress
crazy.
TV, for sharing your thoughts.
Cypress
Sorry you
isn't
couldn't be
here.
to actually do some back and forth, but I really appreciate you giving us your overall thoughts about the event. Okay. Some more contributions. A $2 tip. Who wins a battle royal? Nia Jax, Piper Niven, Asia Kong, Rhonda Singh, or Awesome Kong? Probably Awesome Kong.
Yeah, are those actual wrestlers?
And then I got a 420 tip
Blaze it.
for Big Papa Phil. Let me get a nice animation for him. Actually, you know what? I don't even have animations ready for tips. Oops. If I can get this quick, I'll do it, but I don't know if I...
Didn't Travis Scott kill people?
I think so.
Yeah, no, people died.
Wasn't it at a concert or something?
Yeah, isn't he the one that impregnated one of the stupid...
I don't know, babe.
Hold on, yeah, he's bad.
I'm not the
Wait,
person
no,
to ask this stuff to.
hold on, let me...
Go. It worked. Cool. So, Big Papa Phil says, you know, I don't watch WWE anymore, but I'll gladly consume WWE content through your Smart Guys coverage and pay you to do it. So thank you.
Wow, thanks, Big Papa Phil.
I appreciate that.
Not 6 feet tall. That's good.
Ah.
So the good news is we're more than halfway to our goal. However, I'm only streaming till about 4 p.m. I'm about to start talking about WrestleMania 19.
Wait, what the fuck? I already used all my healing class? Oh my god.
And covering each match play by play there. And it'd be great if we can at least hit my goal, my standard goal of 150 bucks. All right. Obviously, I told you guys I wanted to do a pack unpacking at $100 bucks, but we didn't hit it yet.
There's a concert and people got trampled. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's like the only thing I know about him. Oh my god, and we're taking a break in the middle of this? Holy shit.
So, very shortly, we're going to have a break, and then I'm going to come back and recap all of night 2, and then Gahul's going to come on and end the show. All right? So, let's get started with the night 2 recap. Please support the show if you can or haven't yet.
I have a feeling that...
Stephanie McMahon opens up the show this night. First night was
I have a
Triple H,
feeling
second night
that
Stephanie.
Gahul is going to come
I've
in
been part of WWE since I was 16, and you're a part of my family,
and be
so
like
welcome home.
all
And then
hyped and
it's
energetic.
Triple threat for
He's supposed to be like the
title.
finale.
Io Sky comes out first. I love Io Sky's heel theme because it's very slow paced and it just feels like a cocky, creepy theme. Problem being,
Instantly sent 2 messages.
the ramp was so long.
No more
It was
kick.
very hard for her to like come out, and it took too long.
Oh, I know
She
Gahul's
was still
coming.
going, she had much
He
to
gave the
do,
whole...
so it wasn't that interesting.
the whole
You know what I mean?
schedule.
She's not dancing or anything. She's just like holding the title coming out. think
I
the
would
ramp
love to
was
say I
way
was
too long
prophetic and
boring, okay?
that's why I knew, but no, he'd said that already.
Bianca came out, And there was a whole group of girls out there doing like jump rope and acrobatics with other long fake hair, kind of similar to hers. And apparently she called the girl, and it was apparently her stepdaughter, so that was kind of... And Rhea comes out last. She had an insanely stupid looking bone hand helmet, like skeleton hands. Really
He just said that something Ray did was stupid, babe.
And literally, it took so long for it to
Phil.
come out. I skipped the entrance, and it was like 10 minutes.
He skipped Ray's entrance, I guess. He thought it was
Basically, here's
stupid.
the deal.
Well, we
This
know
match
he's
is very
playing not-
interesting because it's all of them kind of going in a circle, doing all of their spots. Yeah, Rhea has all the power moves. Yes, Bianca has the power moves.
I mean, anyone demasculates him.
And the
I
whip
know.
of the hair. Io is doing high flying moves and lots of reversals and things like that. So overall, I could sit here and call out the spots. I don't really think I need to. Okay, it's good, solid wrestling. It's good.
I see your message. Give me a second. I don't want to die to this easy boss again.
It's the ending of the match that got me, because I literally never expected. I never expected the end of the match to go like that.
And I died to it again. All right.
Rhea does
Cool
a
the whole
super quick
time.
attempt on
PvP.
Bianca.
Oh, PvP ass
Bianca
thing.
blocks
Did he
it.
moon during a Ralph stream? Did Ralph ban?
Okay.
I have no
So
idea
that Rhea falls.
why he showed
Now,
hole.
Io
I don't know why
jumps
he
up to
did
the
that.
top turnbuckle and takes over.
Zero idea of the
She goes for
context.
super head scissors, but it
I think
gets
it's very
reversed.
funny, though.
She bounces head first off of the post. So now it looks like, uh-oh, Io's out of the match. Bianca picks her up on her shoulders. It gets reversed. There's a ridiculous amount of reversals here.
I saw the ending on Twitter and it actually looked kind of hype.
She then hits
The braid slap was
KOD.
kind of lame.
1-2, so it looks like Bianca's about
The
to
braid
win.
slap.
She's about to pin Rhea. 1-2. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Io Sky does a moonsault on top of both of them. And this is kind of representative of what the entire
Can you
storyline
show
has
your
been.
notes to the camera?
Even though Io Sky is the champion, she's been the afterthought, the third wheel, the one that everyone doesn't take seriously and keeps forgetting about.
It's just Chat
Well, it seems like the
GPT.
main event is just supposed to be Bianca versus Rhea. So they basically throw her out of the match. They bonk her head off the ring post and say, oh, she's out of the match. Let's do our one-on-one now. But as they're doing their one-on-one, they're so distracted, they don't pay attention. She hits them both.
Like he
with
talks about it in
moonsault
such
and goes,
such like a
1, 2, 3, and
dumbass
Io
way
retains.
where he thinks everything is
And
real.
for me, that's just perfect because that actually was the culmination of the whole plot line, right? And the truth is, I've said this before, I just don't feel like Io had any real plot in this storyline for the last month and a half. Instead, she beat Rhea, and then she's just been the third wheel. Well, now, because she retained, hopefully, if Rhea and Bianca want to go off and have a rivalry for themselves or even do other ones, let them do it, but let her now have her own plot line and actually get the spotlight. But I feel like that's been the big thing lacking. She didn't get enough attention when she held the title. I was shocked she retained, but now maybe post-WrestleMania, they will actually
Okay,
take that opportunity.
lock in.
All right, so good stuff. I like the outcome. I like the match. Actually, one of my favorite matches of the entire weekend because I felt like it went. Okay, so folks, for the live stream viewers, I've already paused the recording, but for the live stream viewers, I'm gonna take a break. It's gonna be like 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna go see my wife. I have to use the restroom and do a few things. So I'm gonna do that. Come back. I'm gonna
I don't
recap
know.
The rest of 19.
I don't really know how he has a fan base.
Then
It's very
We are
confusing.
going to be doing a final.
It's a lot of
guess. The
legacy
rules are gonna be
stuff.
At the end of the show. All right. So, thank you for watching. Sorry that I need to take a break, but I have to. I'm gonna stretch my legs, and then we'll be back, and we'll continue on.
All
right,
Phil
guys?
is a
Thank
laugh
you for
track
watching, and I'll be
during
back
old
in a
smart
few
guys.
With the conclusion of the WrestleMania
He just
Super Show.
overlaps
See you
at everything that Phil says. That's all it is. He's like, oh my god, Right. Oink goes the piggy. Oh god, I didn't get the frickin'... That's a comeback. Son of a bitch. I didn't get the cloth thing from... What's his name? And Rambo is a slow talker. Nice. I love This Is How You Don't Play. Very fun stuff. I was actually watching one yesterday while playing this on stream. It was super fun. But I fucked up. I didn't go to the church yet. Some stupid. No, that's the church. I forgot. What's your favorite This Is How You Don't Play? That's a big question. A lot of choices. See, I don't know. It's like, if you just take him at face value, he's almost unwatchable. So I can't imagine that there's people out there that see him and are like, that's the guy I want to watch every day. Unless they have, like, a history of watching him. Breath of the Wild and Tears. I've never really played those games. So I don't have, like, any kind of history with them. I know there's a lot of clips from, I think the Tears one, with the building. Where he just completely fucked that up. He's getting trolled by VTubers. That was really funny. Alright, let's go do some invasions. I very much enjoyed that. Just leaving in the middle of your stream like this every day is wild.
Back to me. You're fine.
Oh man, his Minecraft is the worst. It's like disrespectful. Ahoy. Well, yeah, those are old-time fans. Those are legacy fans. That's what I'm talking about. Like, those are his actual fans. He doesn't have, like, new fans. You can't attract new viewers being the way he is. Yeah, I like Minecraft a lot. Ah. Pocket Edition. Never played that one. No, Jade's long time. And Darich is even longer time. He was like an OG. Darich is one of the originals. If you watch his old, like, Twitch streams from back then, Derek was all up in there. I remember that. That was fun when they did that whole Xbox thing. I remember that actually being hype. And like taking the time to customize your little dude. Alright. I want to get this map. He was really young. There's a pretty young fella. But he was there. He was in those streets. Come on, hurry up. What is...
Never commented on the thing I sent you the other day. Like commented on one of them.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Owl.
Yeah, it was
Tell
cute.
me it doesn't look like an everything bagel.
I didn't see. Was that its name or something?
No, it's just the colors of its feathers and stuff. It looks like it's bagel. poppy seed.
Yeah. Did you say that?
No.
Why would I say it doesn't
You
look like
didn't
it?
even talk about it. So it shows how you can comment on this one, and I'm really disappointed.
What is Pocket Edition? Is it mobile? Like you can play it on your phone or what? I'm unfamiliar. Come on, invade. There has to be someone near me that I can invade. Am I level too high? I'm kind of high. Oh, he did just leave the stream up. That's awesome. It's mobile. Interesting. I assume that performed pretty well. Like, it's not like you need a crazy phone to play it or anything like that. Pretty simple game.
What?
Gotcha. You know what? I think I tried that once.
Okay, everybody, I'm back. We're gonna resume now with
Oh, wow. Welcome back to your stream, Phil.
And let's continue. We're gonna recap night 2. So again, guys, if you're here live, please support the stream. The goal is to hit the $150 so that we can, you know, continue on doing the show. Again, if there really isn't that much interest in wrestling moving forward, then this might be it, you know. But I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed covering wrestling for you guys. I hope that you guys have too. And I want to continue the show in some capacity. But, you know, to be honest, it has to...
I'll let Dasher answer that. I'm unfamiliar.
Right now, you know, it's hard to judge. It really is hard to
As far as I know, it doesn't.
Right?
There's just a lot of reskins and mods and all that, but we will see. We have the resident expert in chat.
All right.
There's another cave around here.
Well, then I gotta get rid of a couple trolls.
Okay, I'm gonna have to be quiet and mute my mic. I'm streaming right next to Mama, so I'm gonna mute. Talks amongst yourselves.
Okay. All right. So let's get some more support, please. Let's hit that 100. Like I said, Gahul will be on around 3:15, 3:30-ish. We got about another half an hour-ish until he's on. He's gonna end the show with me. So let's try to hit the $100 by the time he's on the show. Do a nice unpacking before he arrives. He's here. All right? Okay. All righty. Well, everyone, let's continue. Let's keep recapping Night 2 of WrestleMania 41. All right? So, up next, Drew McIntyre enters, and he is wearing a ridiculous outfit. Again, it's very reminiscent of the very cartoony-looking, plastic-looking outfit that the War Raiders were wearing on Night 1 of WrestleMania. And I question, why is he wearing this? You know, what are they getting at? And what people have told me in the chat here today is basically that that was a Doom Eternal or Doom Slayer outfit from the upcoming new Doom, the Dark Knight or whatever. And I'm like, how was I supposed to know that? I don't even know where you guys get this information from, because I was watching the show and I didn't know that. I was staring at it, squinting, like, what the frick is he wearing? I couldn't figure it out. So, anyway, so he comes out and looks absolutely stupid in this outfit, to be frank. Okay, again, Masters of the Universe outfits, right? It looks like something that Man-at-Arms or Lockjaw or whoever would be wearing from, you know, Masters of the Universe. So they said, and this is funny, they said it's a no-holds-barred Sin City street fight. And I was actually scratching my head. I was like, wait a minute. Had that been previously announced? Or did they actually add that, like, and didn't say anything, and now, because I don't remember them saying that this was going to be a no-holds-barred match, but maybe they did, and it didn't stick with me, okay? So maybe that's my fault. Maybe they did announce that at some point. All right? So, a guitarist comes out and starts playing this crazy guitar solo, but it's really weird, because he has this, like electronic synth effect on, and it sounds like someone is zipping a zipper up and down, like, zzz, over and over as he plays the guitar. But I'm like, dude, the guy definitely has a lot of skill. So who is this guy? And they announced this is actually Kerry King from Slayer. I was like, oh, why did they put that stupid effect on his guitar then? because he's a really good musician. So why? So just turn the effect off and let me hear him cook on the guitar. I don't want to hear zipper going up and down. They could have literally had people with like, you know, sweatshirts just going like this. They probably would have sounded the same. Anyway, so Damian Priest comes out, and it's so dumb. He has these like fold-out wings that look like fake bat wings, and then he immediately just drops them and like leaves them, and I'm like, it's just basically some people have really good outfits, and some people's outfits look like shit. Okay. And in this case, some of these outfits are just awful, and some are much better. This one didn't look. Hey! It was pretty dumb. Okay. So. The match begins, and it's weird and dangerous. I'm just gonna put it that way. Why is it weird and dangerous? For some odd reason, these two guys, I don't know if they went off the script or one of them pissed off the other, but they started doing kind of like dangerous things. Like at one point, Damian Priest takes his chair and he chucks it across the ring, like as fast and hard as he possibly can at Drew McIntyre. And basically he goes, whoa, like he just, you could tell he just moves and goes like this as the chair chucks by him. And it's like, if he wasn't paying attention at that very moment, that chair could have literally clocked him right in the head and gave him a concussion. So why the hell did he throw it like that? It was kind of confusing. I was scratching my head like, what happened? Do these guys really have heat, or did one piss off the other and now they're doing this to each other? I don't know. There's a razor's edge through a table spot. That's kind of cool. Priest nails the razor's edge on Drew through a table, and they actually mentioned that his favorite wrestler of all time was Razor Ramon. So that's kind of cool. Scott Hall, that he's just like a homage to him. Future Shock DDT on top of the steel stairs. Done pretty well. Pretty safe. Priest goes off the top rope backwards through the tables. Basically what happens is Priest is going up to do like a move from the top turnbuckle, and Drew catches him and hits him, and he flies out of the ring on top of pre-set up tables, and the spot itself looks pretty good. And I was like, oh, that was a pretty good setup spot. That, you know, they put those tables out there previously, and it was there now for the spot later on in the show, or later on in the match, I should say. So how does it end? Basically, Drew McIntyre sets up a steel chair on the ring post, between the ring post, you know, and the ropes, and then he puts Damian there, and he just does a giant claymore into Damian Priest's head, into the chair, and then pins him 1, 2, 3. And so basically, it's a really brutal match, and it's actually a pretty entertaining match. The thing is, the match kind of doesn't matter. It's just supposed to be like this grudge match or whatever, but frankly, does it really matter if Drew or Priest won this? Neither of them are in the title picture. Neither of them really have the kind of momentum or even the kind of prestige that they once had, I could say. Sadly, I feel like both of these guys have been forgotten by WWE and kind of brushed under the rug. But, you know, I can talk about Drew McIntyre more because he's been more on Raw, and I followed Raw since January. But if you think about it, he literally has lost or jobbed out every major single match that he's been in. Every match that mattered against anyone, he's lost. So it makes him look weak, but people insist to me that last summer there was this great plot line where it was Punk versus him, and it culminated in the steel cage match or whatever, and it was really good. I'm like, that's all good, but I don't know. Like, to me, I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if this was leading to, oh, one of them will get a title match, or one of them will be, you know, boosted in some way, but instead, it's just like, it was just a throwaway match. So it was a good match that really went nowhere and had no consequences of winning. I don't expect Drew now to be propelled to the front. Like, will Drew now be wrestling Jey Uso for the heavyweight title? I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see that. Drew, I don't know, he's just gonna float around. Thank you to Willie Bawonka, who just gifted a sub over on Kick. I appreciate that. So with that, now we are up to $90. We are a mere $10 away from our first Topps Chrome trading card unpacking. Let's hit it. Who's going to do the $10 right now to get us to the 100 so we can open a pack? Let's do it right now. All right, let's hit it. Okay. The next match was the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental title. All right? So, how did it go? First of all, you know, they all come out to their various entrances. They start off with Penta, and let's be honest, his entrance is nice, and I like that stepping he does. He goes like this, and he starts going like slow stepping like this, back and forth. I actually like that. Very charismatic. I don't know where he got that from. It's one of his things, one of his characteristics. I actually kind of like that. Let's see. Dom comes out next, and what the funny part about this is, I have literally never heard Dominic Mysterio's theme before. Not once. Right? Whenever he comes out, he's coming out as part of Judgment Day or he's doing something else. They played this theme. I'd never heard it before. And I was like, is that actually Dom's theme? I didn't even know he had an individual theme. So, I don't know. It was interesting. I'd like to hear it again because I don't remember it. It's the first time I ever heard it. He came out at first in luchador gear, but then took off the mask, and it's revealed that apparently it was Rey Mysterio's mask, and I guess there was a storyline previously where he had stolen the mask from Rey, which I guess he was supposed to earn it, but he stole it or something. I don't know, because I don't know the previous plot. But I guess it was nice to tie that into his past plots with Rey that he wore it at WrestleMania. Finn Balor comes in, and man, his entrance just sucks. Because what it is, it's a very bastardized version of his old Demon Balor theme. And I just don't like it. It's very shitty, and it's like fake, like hip-hop version. And Finn, you can tell, is not a hip-hop guy. So I don't understand why they're playing this thing like this. It just sounds like shit. And then lastly, of course, Braun Breaker comes in. And, I mean, we know Braun's dropping this title tonight. Like, we can all tell. Braun Breaker is dropping the title. We're going to have a new Intercontinental Champion. Personally, I thought it was going to be Penta. Okay? So, the match is pretty good, Fatal 4-Way, where initially Dom and Finn are kind of like working together and helping each other and teaming up. But about halfway through the match, Dom all of a sudden does the dirty double cross to Finn. He tries to take out Finn, and misses, and then Finn stomps him with his trademark coup de grace. Now, there's no DQs in this match, so Carlito, who's also part of the Judgment Day, is constantly interfering in the match. Like, no lie, he's constantly interjecting himself into this match over and over and over. And he keeps getting beat up by people, but then he comes back in. All right, at one point, Braun Breaker super spears Carlito through the Spanish announce table, taking him out of the rest of the match. Okay? The crowd seems to love Dom. And this is the weird thing, is that Dominic Mysterio, up to this point, whenever I've seen him on TV, he has ultra heat. And what I mean by that is every single time that they see him, all right, everyone is absolutely screaming, boo, boo. He can't speak. He can't even get in a word edgewise. He can't even do a promo because when he tries, they boo him so loudly, he can't actually talk.
Okay, sorry about that.
In this match, the crowd flipped. They had a complete change of heart. Now, what Ethan Ralph said is he thinks the reason that happened is because the crowd wanted to see him actually win a title. And this
I normally don't stream at this time, but I sit right next to my wife while she's working, and she got a call for work.
What it is sometimes at WrestleMania, the crowds want to see the underdog win.
I beat that guy in PvP though. That's pretty high.
Dom is the underdog. He's definitely the most green of all of them. He's incredibly skinny, and you know it's not believable that he would actually win this match. So maybe if he just finds a way to win, you know, it's like the unlikely David versus Goliath win. And I think maybe that's what was happening during the match. The crowd liked that he was turning on Finn, doing this stuff, trying to win. They kind of liked that, okay? So, the crowd is going crazy for Dom. Dom, let's see here. Oh, Finn stomps Braun Breaker with the coup de grace.
Like,
and then out of nowhere, Dom does his flying Mysterio splash.
People that have actually watched these matches would be able to talk about them without having to look at notes for every sentence.
This is hilarious. Dom grabs the title. and he runs away from the ring. And it's like, oh, it's kind of like similar to the New Day on day one, where they won, they grabbed the titles, and they ran out of there, right? But then all of a sudden, he goes all the way up the ramp, and the crowd is cheering, Dom, Dom, like they're going crazy for him. And
I
then the
just
camera
saw
angle
this
cuts
entrance
back,
for this cave I was looking for.
and all of a sudden, he's running back to the ring, and now he's posing with the title, like a hero. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, I think I know what happened. So WWE never in a million years expected that the crowd was actually going to turn and like Dom tonight. They thought they were going to continue.
Oh my
this
God.
plot where he's the most hated dude, and to give him the win was like the ultimate twist, right? But the crowd completely flipped. So when they did, they told him, hey, go back down there and go do a pose and a victory lap like you're the hero. And he had no clue he was going to do that, and they told him to go back down and do it, so he did. At least that's what it looked like to me. Like, it looked like that was not planned or scripted. It looked like that was completely organic, happened on the fly, and someone said, oh shit, go down there and celebrate because, you know, you look like an idiot if you don't.
Yeah,
So we
totally.
did. So that was kind of cool. And Dom being the Intercontinental Champion, you have to wonder, if the crowd's behind him now, how can they continue to make him the villain? Will it flip? Will it now be that, like, Dom and Liv are faces in Judgment Day, but Finn is the heel, and Finn's angry because Dom turned on him and beat him at WrestleMania? Maybe they throw Finn out of Judgment Day? You know, I could definitely see this actually.
I think this is a
turning
cave
Judgment
that I saw
Day
earlier.
into a face faction, because Carlito's funny and charismatic, and he could play either side. I think Dom can do it. Liv has been a face before, so maybe that's what'll happen. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting twist.
Just lukewarm takes on everything.
There's also another twist coming up when we talk about the women's tag match, all right? And I kind of have a theory of something that might happen, but I'm not sure. But we'll
Oh,
talk
big
about
brain
that in a little
takes. Here we go.
bit, okay?
I have a theory.
Up next was Randy Orton's match, and he comes into the ring, and he says, that's it, I'm ready. You know, my opponent KO isn't here, so open challenge, let's go. And so the lights turn on, it's all white. It's like blinding white light, and you're like, what is going on? And all of a sudden, the doors open, and it's that theme. We believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh my
What
God.
And Joe Hendry walks out. For those who don't know, Joe Hendry is the TNA champion. And WWE has been doing crossovers with TNA recently. And they had Joe Hendry in the Royal Rumble, and he was in there for a little bit, but he didn't really do much, and he got eliminated relatively fast, so it didn't really matter. So now they actually have him, you know, coming out, and the entrance is amazing. Like, the music is sick.
Oh, the
It's
entrance
like,
is so good.
Rock, epic,
Holy shit, stop missing.
inspirational,
Stop missing.
positive, like crazy good, right? Like, oh my God, this guy could really do stuff, I guess. I've never seen him wrestle outside of the Royal Rumble. He's still the TNA champion, because, you know, he was the champion at the Royal Rumble. It's now April. He's held this belt. I guess maybe he's believable. Maybe this will be a good match, right? No. No, not at all. It was awful. So he comes out, and they have some fighting back and forth a little bit. A lot of "We Believe" chants from the crowd, but it seems like the crowd is the only one that does it. At one point, you know, Hendry is beating up Orton, but Orton immediately turns the tide. Hendry tries to do a choke slam to Orton, but Orton shrugs it off like, what are you, crazy? What makes you think you could choke slam? You're much smaller. So he no-sells it, and he can't do it, right? So Orton thumbles him in the eye.
Dude, this is really bad. This is fucking unwatchable content,
grabs him
man.
and does a release sidewalk slam, kips up, and does his
Release
twisting
sidewalk
turnaround
slam.
pose, where
Confirm that
basically
he's
goes back
reading someone else's notes.
just like that.
He would never
And as
know
he's doing it,
a move like that.
He literally just got release sidewalk slam. Randy Orton just hits him with an RKO out of nowhere. Pins him. Hits him with another RKO out of nowhere. And that's it.
Like RKO,
It's
sure,
like,
that's Orton's
well, that was disappointing.
finisher.
You know, if it was KO, it would have been a serious match. This was not a serious match at all. It was kind of like it made Joe Hendry look really shitty. So, yeah, it was disappointing. I was hoping for someone better than that. If they were going to have Joe Hendry as the guest wrestler to wrestle Orton, why not do a real match?
Does he think the
Anyway,
match was
Travis
fake?
Scott came out, and I wrote here,
I don't
Travis
understand.
Scott can eat out of my ass. I wrote that right there. That's what I thought.
Travis Scott can
said
eat out of my
completely.
ass. That's what she said. Good job, Phil. Got him.
Up next was AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
That's what I wrote. That's the note I wrote down.
The longest, most extended match of Logan Paul that I've ever seen. Number one, I said, Logan Paul looks like someone, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Oh my
And then during the match, I
God.
realized he looks like Edge. Like his body type, a lot of
His body
style,
type?
He definitely reminds me of a younger Edge.
What?
And I was like,
That's
Ooh.
pretty
that's, that, you know, I
homoerotic.
wonder if he's
That's gay.
Edge in a lot of ways, what he's trying to do.
He looks like Edge. His body type.
But definitely older Edge.
Yeah.
Why are you?
So a lot of stupid spots where he's posing for the cameras and all of this. But in reality, this match is very lengthy.
Stupid spots in my wrestling?
There's
Bullshit.
a lot of back and forth. What's shocking is that you would think the veteran AJ Styles versus the relative newcomer Logan Paul.
Pretty sure Logan Paul's been wrestling for years at this point.
That basically AJ
Not that
would
I
have one up on him.
give a shit either way,
Because of his
but
experience, because of, you know, his endurance. No. Basically, AJ treats Logan Paul as weak. Now, does it make the match better technically? Because
okay.
obviously
Let's try
this
this
is a
again.
real test of experience, and, you know, versus
Okay.
this
I'm
guy.
just gonna keep
Probably
slipping off that
AJ
rock.
has
I
way
guess I have
more
to jump.
endurance, way more technicality, and can beat the shit out of this guy if he wanted to. At least if you look at how long AJ's been
He
doing
has so
it, the
much
matches he's been in
technicality.
over his career.
He could
But they
beat the
wanna
shit
make
out of
look
this guy.
believable. I mean, so they do, but frankly, I mean, I just don't buy Logan Paul beating AJ in a match like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay?
'cause AJ's
So
such a
overall, It's
badass.
getting disappointing
It's-
because the match is going on and on. As it drags on longer, you think, oh, the plot line will be that Logan Paul's never been in a match this long. He'll get tired, but AJ's the veteran. He's used to it. No. They're both gassed, basically, by the end of the match. And I'm like, well, that sucks. So then, out of nowhere, apparently...
He still thinks this shit's real, dude.
Logan Paul has a friend named Jeff. I wouldn't know who the fuck that is because I've never watched.
Logan Paul is a
single moment of
friend?
Logan Paul's content
What are
outside
friends?
of him
I don't know.
in WWE. But I guess they're trying to explain really quick. They're like, oh, so Logan Paul has a friend named Jeff that's on his show on YouTube. And look, Jeff is trying to sneak in and give him brass knuckles. But look, Karrion Kross is here. And Karrion Kross strikes Jeff, takes the brass knuckles, and he throws them in the ring. AJ, you gotta use these.
Lakeside
You gotta
Crystal
use these
Cave.
brass knuckles to win. Because remember what's at stake here.
No.
It's not just you being Logan
Oh,
Paul,
oh,
but it's
that's the
keeping
one where you
losers
like
like him,
the,
outsiders, out of the business. You gotta do
Fine.
this and win for us.
I don't think
AJ
so.
says, okay, and then he punches Karrion
It's
Kross
the-
right in the face to say, no,
Maybe?
I'm not gonna do
I'm
what
not
you
sure.
want me to do.
I don't remember which cave
But
this
then
is.
as he goes into the ring, Logan Paul hits him with an unexpected titanium right
shit.
punch, which I don't
Oh, what is-
understand. They're saying, oh, Logan Paul previously had an injury and he has a titanium plate in his hand. So if
Yes,
that were the
that
case,
is
wouldn't
something
that
that
be illegal?
somehow I know of.
Like, wouldn't it be illegal to do a straight strike with a titanium plated right hand? Why
Oh
wouldn't you
my
use it for
God.
An object? What's the difference if El Grande Americano puts a metal plate in his mask, right? And that's illegal. But if you already have it installed in your hand, isn't that also illegal? This also was a plotline with Lex Luger way back in the day.
Like, this is where he just really
They
outs
said that he
himself
had a
as thinking
plate- a
all
metal
this shit
plate in
is
his
real.
forearm. And so his finisher would be he would bounce off the rope and hit you with his forearm.
Like I missed something.
And really weird. Or I just odd. That they
Really
would allow
weird.
that and that wasn't illegal. Right? So anyway, he hits him with his titanium plate fist. Then he lifts him up and he does his new finisher, which they call the pulverizer, and he pins him.
Wow.
And that's it. So
That's
now obviously
so
you know what's gonna
lame.
happen. Logan Paul's
I didn't
gonna
even
leave.
finish.
He's not going to stick around. WrestleMania's over. He doesn't want to be there. He's not getting a paycheck. Maybe he'll be back for like SummerSlam. But
I
in
could
the
have sworn there
meantime,
was a ton of shit to do in this
we've
cave.
got AJ Styles, who looks like he's going to get into a program with Karrion Kross. Now, here's the funny part about that.
Oh, tell me.
Okay? Karrion Kross has been on and off WWE TV since Raw re-debuted on Netflix. He's been involved with plot lines with The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. He's been involved with plot lines of, was it Jey Uso?
Maybe this isn't what I was thinking
He's
of.
definitely been involved with AJ.
I'm confused.
And a few more people. It's been like maybe 5, 6 different people that Karrion Kross has been involved with. Literally. None of them panned out to anything. He would just do this one segment and then do nothing with it. Then all of a sudden, now, this AJ Styles plotline is apparently going to stick. This is the one that they're going with. So that now it looks like this is going to continue after WrestleMania. So at least it gives AJ and Karrion Kross something to do. Quite frankly, I would have liked to see Karrion Kross wrestle anyway. He did actually wrestle back on SmackDown.
Oh my god, put music on or something, dude. Fuck. You're like waterboarding me with this.
He lost to AJ.
Jesus Christ,
So,
man.
Now I'm curious.
Should be
where are they gonna
illegal.
go with this next? Are they just going to drop it? Is WrestleMania the end of it and they just drop it? I think that would be a complete waste of time if that's the case. But I guess we'll see. Okay? Alright guys, so I have 2 more matches to go through. And then I'm going to check and I'm going to see if Rahul is available to have him call in and be our last guest of the show. Alright, so we're now heading into the final hour of the Smart Guys
What does that
Super
mean,
Show
Phil?
WrestleMania 41 recap
Beg.
and reactions. I hope you're enjoying the show.
I'm not.
Again,
This is awful.
You can support the stream in some way.
This is truly some of the worst content you've ever done.
150 gold. Can we get someone
Fuck off.
to get to 100 right now? Just a super chat.
I'm getting like dizzy listening to this.
So we can say we're 2/3 of the way there, and I can do the unpacking of this pack of cards. Let's do
No.
it right now.
Let's do it
while
right
I'm doing this next
now.
match summary. All right? Thank you. So the next match is the Women's Tag Championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in matching red leather outfits coming out versus
Oh, you probably
Lyra
got.
Valkyria and a mystery partner.
Oh, never mind. It sounds
So,
like females. I was
they
gonna say you
that
probably got excited.
Bayley was
Leather
attacked
outfits.
yesterday, and this is why she can't be Lyra Valkyria's partner. The funny part is Cole starts to explain it, stutters, and then never mentions it ever again. It's almost like he realized they didn't have a plot. Like the plot was that they wanted someone to rename it at WrestleMania as a surprise. But
Oh my
they didn't write
God.
a plot for why Bayley was off TV, so he made it. Oh, she got attacked. Oh, and then they just moved on. So anyway, Lyra Valkyria comes out looking like a bird. She actually has these
Looking like a
crazy,
bird.
how can
I
say
like
it?
birds.
Articulate
They're
wings.
cute.
They
I
look
wish I
like
had one.
Real bird's wings with crazy amounts of colors of the feathers and everything. And it was actually impressive. I was like, whoa, that's like movie quality outfit. And this is the comparison. Take a look at Lyra Valkyria's wing, which is part of her character.
Why don't you show a fucking picture of it, moron?
Or something, right?
Oh my god.
Compare that to McIntyre's or the War Raiders cartoonish.
Come on, dude.
Outfits that look
Like bare minimum, you could put up a fucking picture of the people that are fighting.
Like, wow, it's just not even a comparison. You could tell hers is amazing, and theirs is like shit. Okay. Anyway, so who is Lyra Valkyria's mystery partner?
Please
So
die.
everyone thought it was going to be once Bayley was removed. It's Becky Lynch. Now, here's my question.
Okay.
If it's
Fuck off.
Becky Lynch, why didn't they just originally have Becky Lynch come back like a week or two ago?
I thought this was the cave that had all the freaking Raven shit in it.
Lynch the person who had the matches and then eventually teamed up with Lyra instead of Bayley.
So, then I've no. Let's try. My apologies. I hope that.
I don't even get it.
Would you?
I'm totally confused. Why did they do this last-minute swap instead of?
Oh my god.
Then farewell. I will go with.
You know what I'm like? I don't get it. It didn't
Wow.
really like do what I think they wanted.
I'm glad you're talking
I think
about
more
it.
People would have actually
I don't get
decided
it. Doesn't
if
make
they announced
sense.
that Becky was coming back,
It's just so
than
weird.
just dropping
That's
it like
all
this
he's
in the
saying.
middle of the show. So that was a weird choice for me. I wish that they had
This is
done it
not
ahead of time.
content, Philip.
Okay. So they announced that actually they're both from the same country. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were both from. They're from Ireland, right? So I didn't know that.
I'm pretty
Lyra Valkyria
positive
at the
that
end,
there's more
that she
shit to
actually
see in
joined the
this
same
cave.
country, and that Becky was Irish. I didn't know that Lyra
Just gonna double
Valkyria was
check.
Irish. So Becky looks a lot older. Like, I haven't seen Becky in many years. Last time I saw her was, pre WrestleMania 20 or whatever, when she was first time she became the man and stuff like that. She does look a lot older. Like you can tell she's got more of the age line. She's a lot of makeup on now. But she's still fast.
Like all of his
She's
wrestling
still got all
takes are
her-
just
her
so freaking
stamina.
superficial
Still hit all the spots.
and base level.
So, don't really care that she looks
So
older, but
fucking
she can
annoying
actually still
listening
do
to
everything,
this.
which is great. Okay. So, The match is interesting, and it's good. There's no botches. Like, for what I saw.
No botches.
Unlike, like, the Chippy Charlotte match or the really bad Naomi Jade match, this definitely was
Oh,
a
this
good
match.
ass-
This is some good old
Everyone in the
wrestling.
match is very capable of doing their work, doing their spot. Becky is back. She seems to be at full capacity. The
How am I
match
not
is a
hitting?
Pretty damn good match. In
Where
my
are you?
opinion. I actually really enjoyed this match. Going back and forth here. So, the way
Okay.
it ends is that Oblivion from behind, but 1-2, Becky kicks out. Okay. More exchanges back and forth, and then out of nowhere, Becky
Out of
hits
nowhere.
the manhandle and gets the pin. And I said, "What's the manhandle?" Back when I used to watch her, it was the disarmer was her finisher. And I'm trying to think if she had another one, but I don't even know what the manhandle was. So she hit it and got
Well,
the
you
pin.
saw it, right?
That
What do
was
you
the
mean?
finisher? I didn't even know. I was like, well, that sucks.
Oh my
I didn't
god.
know that was happening at this point. Probably not new. It's probably like her finisher that she got when I was watching or whatever, right? But I would argue that the team of Lyra and Becky
That's a good
works
kick
really
comment.
well together. They have great chemistry. They're from the same home country. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Where'd it
that's
go?
cool.
Did it get
So,
deleted?
I actually really enjoyed the match. Now, here's the weird thing. At the end of the match,
It did.
all of the announcers start saying, "Oh, so now Lyra has 2 belts." You know,
God
like
damn
when
it. He
Becky
deleted it,
had 2
you
belts
bitch.
at WrestleMania several years ago, and we called her.
It was
Becky
actually kind of
Two Belts.
funny.
So
Hold
now
on.
we can call
That was
her
like the most
Lyra
exciting thing that's happened.
Correct. All of the announcers,
He leaned it.
chemistry.
Watch. I don't get it. This could be done in an entertaining way, but somehow this has the same energy as a normal begging and complaining.
You're fine.
They're from the same home country. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. So I actually really enjoyed the match. Now, here's the weird thing. At the end of the match, all of the announcers start saying, "Oh, so now..." On night 1, coming 1,000 people, and if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you, and that was it. This night 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes in, and he comes in driving a 4-wheeler, and he starts whipping it around the ring, and he loses control of the 4-wheeler, and he literally drives the 4-wheeler directly into one of the walls where all the fans are standing, which is an LED wall. The whole wall moves, and you can see people go like, "Oh," get pushed back. So that's what Ethan Ralph was mentioning earlier, is that there's potential that some people might have actually gotten hurt when they got hit by this wall. It's not for sure, but definitely it looked like someone got clobbered when he hit them with the wall. Now, he got off the four-wheeler and he talked to them a little bit, but man, that's a payday. Like, seriously, he could easily just back away and be like, "Hey, I got hurt by that," and sue the shit out of WWE. So, kind of sucks. Then, Austin came into the ring and basically did his little thing, his little shtick, and he said 63,226 in attendance for night 2 of WrestleMania. And that's at least 2,000 to 3,000 more than night 1. It's a little weird that they have way more night 2. Like, did everyone miss night 1? Because arguably, I would say after 2 nights, night 1 was actually better. The Jey Uso Gunther match, the triple threat main event, the Intercontinental title match, the U.S. title match, I keep saying it's locked out, were all better than most of the stuff on night 2. So, if you missed night 1, you really missed out. Can you imagine 2,000 to 3,000 people bought these insanely expensive tickets and never showed up? All right, shout out to Luna the Moth King. Luna the Moth King just gifted 2 subs over on King. Thank you, Luna. With that, it means you get $100 in contribution. What I would like to do, as I promised, I would like to unpack one of the pack of Topps trading cards for you guys right now. We'll see who we get, and then we're gonna do the final recap of the John Cena and Cody Rhodes match, and then we're gonna get Kahula on the show to end for the last half hour. Okay? Sound good? All right, let me go grab a pack of cards.
Kill me. This is so annoying. No.
We are. All right.
This bullshit that he's claiming is content. This is so fucking bad.
Let's do it. Let's see who we
Oh,
get.
thank God. Somebody
Alright,
gave me $100 so I can open my fucking wrestling cards.
Each pack has 4 cards.
My God, dude.
All right.
Ugh.
Card number 1. I'm gonna actually turn on the manual focus.
I get to open 4
Card number
cards.
1.
Sure. Let's full screen him opening his fucking gay ass cards.
Miles Bourne. Who is Miles Bourne?
Wow.
I have
Look at that.
No idea.
I have no
Got a
idea who that
baby
is.
face, and he's apparently on
Happy day,
NXT,
Gutter.
is what it says on the back. But I've never heard of Miles Bourne.
What is... I
There's our
have
first card. Most people in chat have no idea who he is.
this.
But he has a baby face and a dad bod, says Frank Michael. Yes. Okay, Miles Bourne. No one knows
Wow.
who the hell he is.
Great. Exciting.
Number 2.
Number 2. Oh my God.
Bronson Reed from Monday Night
Hey.
Raw.
He got Bronson
And this
Reed?
is one of the refractor chrome cards. As
Whoa.
You can see. It's got the rainbow tint around the edges. So to my knowledge is that Bronson Reed last year actually
Oh
was
my
huge on
God.
Raw
Bronson Reed.
and went on a tear and had a bunch of good like rivalries. But I don't know what happened to him. Because he hasn't been on TV the entire year that I've been watching WWE. So I have
He has
no
tits like
idea
you,
where
Phil.
he is. I don't know what happened, but it is a cool refractor car. Okay?
A little unitard he was in also made him look like he had a vagina. Just pointing that out. Here we go. Hold on to your
3.
fucking butts, guys. Card number 3.
It's JD McDonough, member of the
Whoa!
Judgment Day, who got injured.
JD
right?
McDonough!
And hasn't been on TV since January, correct?
I fucking
Now,
love JD McDonough!
Wasn't he previously on NXT UK as a completely different name?
Nobody
'Cause I
fucking
remember
knows,
this
man.
guy. I remember his look, but I remember,
I remember his look, his bod, his
I remember
aura,
him
his essence. I remember
from
him.
NXT UK, but he wasn't called JD McDonough. I don't
This is so
I think he had a
fucking
different
stupid.
Name. So,
You guys feel
anyway,
rewarded
there's his
yet?
card. He was called Jordan Devlin. Thank you. Yes, he was Jordan Devlin.
Dev-
on
Dev-
NXT
Dev-
UK. Now he's
Devlin.
JD McDonough.
Now
But he's been injured since
McDonough.
January. So I guess this is the pack of injureds. So
What?
apparently Bronson Reed got injured at Survivor Series. He's been out the entire time. And now we've got Jordan
pack of
Devlin
injureds?
/ JD McDonough. He
That
got
sounds
injured
like-
in January, and he's been out the entire time.
What do you got against the disabled, Phil?
Wow. All right, the
Wow.
last card.
Last card. Hold on. Here we go.
From Monday Night Raw, Braun Breaker.
Whoa!
It's a good one. I'm
Braun
very curious to see
Breaker.
what plot line they're gonna give
Thank you for
Braun.
framing his
Some
cock
people
right
think
in
that
the
he's gonna
fucking
get a
camera,
title
dude. Good job.
match, like a real
Yep.
title match.
Get that
maybe
in
he'll
there.
go against Jey Uso. I don't know. I guess
Thank
we'll
you.
find out. Well, Braun
Ticket,
Breaker,
ticket,
there you
ticket,
go.
ticket, ticket, ticket. Keeps putting it right in center
All
frame.
right.
Beautiful.
Well,
Good job.
At the very least, we got Braun Breaker. I'd say that's a good pull.
That's a
Sadly,
good
it was
pull.
Not my refractor. I wish he was the refractor.
I
there.
wish he was a refractor. I'd
All
love to
right,
put him
now,
in my little
if we happen
case.
to hit $200 of support.
Oh
by the
my
end of
God.
this stream,
Okay. All
All
right.
right, then we'll open another pack. Remember, I have 4 left. And every pack, we're increasing the chance that
Fuck.
we're going to get the rare pull,
You.
the numbered card.
God, you're the
that,
worst.
should look nice.
It
okay?
should look nice.
So, let's get, number 1, let's hit the goal of 150 by the end of the stream, because that's the goal I have
It
for every
never
single stream.
ends. It never
Well, I hit that by
ends.
4 o'clock when we end.
I
And
need more
let's
of
get
your
enough to do a second
money.
pull at 200. All right, and I'll say this: let's not waste time. If
Let's
you were
not
gonna
waste
support this
time.
stream and you were gonna support
Bitch,
Smart Guys,
you're
and you
wasting
like what I've
everyone's
done
time
all year
doing
long
this.
with show,
How
please
dare
support
you
it
say
right
let's not
now.
waste
Let's
time?
hit it now, so that way we can celebrate, we can do everything, and then I can get Kahula on
Oh,
the
man.
show. Not that I
This
have to
guy
interrupt this
stinks.
segment where he's gonna
This
be telling
guy
us off. It's a
stinks.
shout out. Let's do it right now. Okay?
This guy sucks.
I love you.
So let's go.
Oh my god.
Okay. So,
Let's not waste time. Says the biggest fucking time thief in
the main
existence.
event.
Yu-Gi-Oh would put you in his fucking
versus
deck, you time
Cody
wizard
Rhodes.
cunt. I
John
hate you.
Cena enters first, and the entire stage goes black.
All you do
There's
is
no
suck the
graphics,
life
no
essence from
lighting,
people
nothing. And then
with
all
your
of a sudden, it just
godforsaken
says,
quote-unquote
John Cena
content.
in white letters, and then down the ramp it says
Here we go.
John Cena in white letters, and that's it.
Oh
That's
wow.
all it said.
That's all it
Basically,
said.
John Cena is really going ultra minimalist, and what I mean by that is
Yeah, explain
he said
minimalist.
to everyone weeks ago, to the crowd, he said, guys, I am not anything new whatsoever. I am not going to present you with any new graphics, any new outfits.
He's just like me, for real, for real. He's
get
just
nothing.
himself.
You don't deserve it. You're the undeserving crowd that never gave me a lick of anything, so you get nothing.
Bro, that's exactly
Okay?
what Phil wish he
Man,
could
did
say.
this entrance
You guys are the
represent
undeserving
and
crowd.
honestly, I like the
And you don't
entrance.
deserve
It was great
shit.
to do something heelish or
How
whatever,
dare
but
you
instead, he
make me
completely
wait so
abstained.
long to open
He
my
just
Topps sweaty men
walks
cards.
down, with black lights on, and that's it.
I had to wait
Okay?
too long
So,
to see Brock Burners or whatever.
then
Speedo.
Cody Rhodes enters, and as Cody
I'm
Rhodes
sick of it.
starts to come out, they announce,
You
"This
ungrateful
match is brought
fucks."
to you by Drumstick. Drumstick, you know what that is?
Complaining
That's the
about
ice cream
marketing
cone
again.
That has chocolate on it with nuts that you buy in the grocery store. That's what we
Okay.
have to hear. The main event, the main
You're-
event of WrestleMania.
you're explaining
the
what a
biggest
drumstick
plotline in
is
all
to
of
me?
pro wrestling.
How dare you?
John Cena going for the record.
How dare you
17
talk down to me
title
like that, you
wins
fucking idiot.
to break Ric
Is he
Flair's
talking about
record
drumstick?
to become the most awarded champion.
Yes,
in
he's
WWE
talking
history,
about the ice cream.
To take that title hostage for the rest of the year, and make it so that everyone else has to get a toy title because
Coming for that ass, boy.
No matter
Better
what.
run.
The culmination of the plot line where he says that Cody Rhodes is a paper champion and a fake champion who used to be his chauffeur and is just trying to emulate him, and that he stole all of his ideas and his
Oh,
persona.
wow.
Brought
Oh my
to
god,
you
I'm so
by
hyped.
Drumstick frozen ice cream cones. Thanks a lot, WWE.
And quite
That's
frankly,
really
it
what I
pissed me
needed to
off
hear
that it was
here
about drumstick
right during
ice
this
cream.
entrance. really
I was so
appreciate that,
mad.
And I went out and immediately bought some drumsticks, except I didn't.
Bite me,
because it was
coward.
midnight and all the stores were closed.
Ah,
So then, Cody Rhodes
ah.
and as he's coming out, all of a sudden, motorcyclists start driving back and forth across the stage for some bizarre reason. Cody Rhodes comes out in what appears to be like a helmet, like a cyclist helmet, but then it unfolds. And it's
Come on,
like
help me
a
out. Thank you.
skull thing comes up and all. And I think, isn't it true that last year he also had a very similar, it was like a crown, a skull crown? So now he's coming off with the skull helmet, I guess. I guess if that's his thing, it was a little
Help me,
weird.
horsey.
It didn't look great. It looked okay. It didn't look great or anything. Again, they're going for these weird outfits as they come out. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. So anyway, so it's an absolutely amazing entrance. He's coming down the ramp, and he's slow. Pyro out the
Get
ass,
fucked.
lighting American flag out the ass. His outfit looks good, but there's one.
Wait, that guy
big-
rage quit?
One really
Oh,
big
you
thing
bitch.
missing.
I just got robbed in my rune arc.
Crowd can't be heard singing his song at WrestleMania. would
No,
argue
I
that the
killed him,
thing
so I
that
should have got a
makes his
rune arc,
entrance
but
popular
he
is that the
quit
crowd
when he
gets
died.
into it and sings the song, and you can hear them singing all the lyrics.
That's bullshit.
When you strip away the crowd because you're in such a huge arena and you can't hear them singing, it sucks. It's the stupid so gonna go and yuck throw.
Oink, oink. Oh my god,
It's like
please stop.
really whiny, shitty music.
Yeah,
I'm just
whiny
sorry,
things are
it
the
just
worst, aren't they,
is.
Phil?
It's frustrating.
What would you know about
So,
that?
Without them singing it, I don't think that the entrance sounded very good. I'll be honest, I think that when he entered in Europe or even
Without
recent
them
weeks,
singing, I didn't think it
entrances
sounded
really
that good.
pop. But
Oh God!
when he comes out here and all you hear is now I'm angry. It's bad. I don't like it.
I've
alright?
never been
So
more
anyway,
mad at a pillow. That's fucking gross.
in a nutshell, Because I wrote
Fucking frumpy
play
ass
by
bitch.
play.
Yeah, it's
everything that
Amberlyn
happened
Reed.
in this
Leader.
match, all right?
Why is she?
And what I will say is, definitely this night was a night of the crowd flipping and liking the heels. The crowd was actually cheering on John Cena during this match.
Wow, imagine that.
Immediately cheering on John Cena.
A wrestling crowd was
So,
cheering on John
yeah,
Cena?
It was
I don't
a
know
fun
if I
match
believe
because of
you.
that. Was Cena hitting spots? Yes. But was Cena as fast as he used to be? No. Was Cena able to do all the stuff that he used to do? No. Definitely not. He
Examples?
definitely lost a step. And I mean, it's probably a combination of ring rust and age.
Ring
Doesn't
rust.
wrestle all the
Oh
time
my
anymore.
god.
I mean, hell, how dumb was it?
Please don't
that
try and
he had
use
his
terms like
promo
that.
against Cody 2 weeks ago and was off
He had ring
the freaking
rust.
show for 2 weeks.
Jesus. That's a lot of time.
So how is he supposed to be in practice, right? So anyway, the match was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best. It was a decent match. I'll put it that way. All right? And there was a lot of back and forth. At one point, the ref gets bumped. And when the ref gets bumped, Cody hits Cena with the crossroads, pins him. There's no ref to count. It's obvious that the ref would have counted to 3. This reminds me of
my
back in the day,
God.
the Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate
That's the whole
Warrior
fucking
match,
point of that
where
shit
The
happening.
ref got bumped, and then Hogan pins Warrior. There's no ref. Warrior pins Hogan. There's no
It's
ref.
to build.
It's frustrating, right? So finally, at the very tail end of the match, right, it looks like
Wow, that's a lot of
John
time.
Cena is probably going to win this match, but then Cody starts to come back, and you know what's happening. All of a sudden, Cena decides to take the turnbuckle cover off of the turnbuckle. And as
that's
he's
hype.
doing this,
That used to be a big thing, taking
right.
the turnbuckle cover off.
he grabs Cody, smashes him head
As a
first
wrestling fan, you think
into
you'd be
it.
kinda hyped about
Then he
that.
puts him into an attitude adjustment. 1, 2, kicks out. No way. It was Cody superhuman or what? It's crazy. He just slammed him against the turnbuckle, did his finisher. He still kicked out. So you think now's the time that something epic is going to happen. And all of a sudden, music starts playing. They cut to the stage. You're like, this is it. Here comes The Rock. This is what we've been waiting for. The big payout. The Rock's going to come out. Maybe then someone else will come out. Well, a big brawl, kind of similar to last year. We had so many people coming out at the end of WrestleMania. A big, everything ensues to make sure Roman Reigns loses, right? And then they actually show the stage. And they show who's coming out.
I don't know. I mean, there's some legitimate wrestling fans, don't get me wrong. It's fine to like
Travis
whatever you
Scott
like, you know? Go for it.
holding
I
a
mean,
replica
legally, but
hardcore title
like,
from the early 2000s.
it's so frustrating because it's clear that he doesn't even like it.
Are you for real? Like that? Who you got coming out by himself? He walks to the ring.
Oh my god, that
Cena
fucking guy
raises
up
his
there.
hand. Cena holds Cody Rhodes. No. Crossroads.
No,
Oh, no.
Crossroads. Oh,
The ref
no.
got 1, 2. Travis Scott pulls the ref out of the ring.
Is it the same two people I just fought?
Oh, no.
It is.
This is going to be awful, right? Cody wants Travis. I want Travis Scott. You punched me. You give me
Are you
that
gonna
black
rage
eye
quit again
last
when I
month.
kill
The end
you?
of Elimination Chamber, right? So he does a crossroads to Travis Scott, but John Cena has the belt in his hands. There's a tug of war for the belt. Cody Rhodes wins the tug of war, but refuses to use the belt against John Cena, despite the fact that the ref is out. You wouldn't see it. He refuses to cheat to win, because he is the true American hero. And he'll never cheat to win. And as that happens, John Cena kicks him square in the Rhodes family jewel. Ow! And then he hits him with the belt. And then he pins him, and the ref just happens to be there.
Oh, fuck you. That shouldn't hit me.
1, 2, 3. That's the end of
All right. Are you guys done? You're not going to rage quit this time? It's really funny that you're dancing on me after you quit the first time I killed you. That's funny. Elden Ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to see if I can get Gahul on the show.
Yeah,
What do you
please.
think? Let's see if I
Do
can get him
anything
on
other
here.
than what you've been doing for the last 3 hours, please. Please, Lord, help me. Okay.
Truly awful.
Yes, this has been truly awful. You are correct. Oh my god, that fucking guy up there. Just slowly casting glintstone pebble.
It only shows up when I have Discord open. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was really lame.
Okay.
I killed them the first time. It was the same group fighting the same boss, and I beat them the first time. And the guy quit, so I didn't get credit for it. It's pretty lame.
All right.
I was gonna hit his head.
This works. Let me actually, let me get the screen fixed. One second. Oh, there it is. Because I gotta stretch it out. Oh. Now I want to get the whole thing.
Okay. I hope it puts me in to them again. He got pretty close. I don't know if you caught the last stream, but he got his ass kicked. That was pretty funny. I hate this game sometimes.
Definitely not the right aspect ratio.
Alright, here we go. Cool. Save it. Somehow do something interesting.
He's gonna steal his
Hello, sir.
Wi-Fi from
On his Starbucks Wi-Fi, still dog shit.
returns.
Excellent. Hold on, let me. Here we go.
He went into a cave, got exploded by creepers, and then died like 3 more times trying to go back and retrieve his stuff. And then after that, he went and explored a temple and... Oh my god, he's so quiet.
How you doing, man? How's everything going?
He fucked up his volume. He's so quiet now. But then he like fell into one of those temple traps that have all the TNT in the bottom of them and lost everything. It's pretty funny. Dude, your audio is so low, Phil. I didn't adjust anything.
Nothing I could do.
In this case, there's like actually nothing I could do to make them louder. Right? Slightly better. Sounds terrible, Phil. Literally can't hear.
You guys let me know. I tried to up his volume, guys. Let me know how.
It's not his volume.
Each night was around 4 hours.
Oh, he's like using the audio from Discord for both of them, I think.
I didn't think it was going to be that good. But a lot of the matches ended up having outcomes that were heelish over, and that's okay the first couple times it happened. But then after a while, every heal is more exhausting because when you're watching media, you're hoping to get a combination of plot lines and victorious at the end of the road, and it just kept not happening over and over. And I just thought the matches were real slow and weren't as good as I thought they were going to be. And so you're right. Basically,
Oh, suck my ass.
watching like last night. I was just like getting really weird.
Oh, I didn't have any freaking FP.
Parts of matches are good. You want to be enjoying.
Yeah, he had a pressure plate. TNT went off. It was really funny, actually. And that was after he lost everything else. He managed to retrieve a couple things. Who's the fat guy? Someone says.
And there's good, bad in wrestling. You can have a train wreck match be entertaining, right? In a lot of ways, but this was not a fun. And frankly, the problem with You know, there's this account on Twitter where it's like,
And he was like, I don't know what happened.
matches for WWE,
I've never done that before. It just died.
over half the show.
Okay. Let's try another invasion.
Oh, the ads were atrocious. There's so many wedged in there.
Dude, he's more quiet than Gabagool.
A few extra bucks here to talk about the drumstick, you know, ice cream cone.
Well,
like, what are you talking about, man? No one cares about this shit.
Yeah, it's a big time skill issue.
In the actual thing is one thing. Or the one thing that was funny was during the Dom Mysterio match, the sponsor for that match was the Dude Wipes. You know, it's like, oh, it's, it was just like, that was funny. I was actually like, okay, appropriate appropriate sponsor for that one. Well, here's my thoughts on the show overall.
Sure. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear your overall thoughts, and I'd like to hear like your favorite match of recent.
Yeah, that's fine.
Etc. That kind of stuff.
Creative is fun.
I'll start with night one.
My
Night
kids
one
play on creative for the most part.
Main event was like probably like the worst WrestleMania of all time. I don't. Maybe I'm exaggerating. There's probably some worse ones, like the one with was it the Caesar's Palace one?
The worst WrestleMania of all time.
Wow, yeah.
I don't believe that. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Bam Bam Bigelow versus the one football player. That might have been
Lawrence
worse,
Taylor.
but yes.
What
but
a man! What a mighty good man! How could you not like that match? It was amazing. How dare you?
Right. But like, if you look at the history of WrestleMania, I think like, if especially in the modern history of WrestleMania, that like first night was so bad and like devoid of anything like you would consider like a WrestleMania moment. They'd say it's what Vince would say, and they say it's the WrestleMania moment. And it, besides the main event, which was excellent, and I also enjoyed Charlotte versus Tiffany a little bit. I know some people didn't like that one, but I actually thought that one was okay. Wasn't amazing, but and also I felt it was like that one was closer to a WrestleMania because it's a big title match and a big show. It wasn't amazing, but you know, besides that main event, like that whole show is kind of like this could be an episode of Raw. This would be like a bad episode of Raw. This would be like an episode of like main event that you'd see on like, you know, the WWE Network. You know, it's not a quality. It's not up to the standard of what a WrestleMania match show should be. Including the Jay versus Gunther match, which was a fucking travesty. That was horrible. I don't even have. Even if you want Jay to go over, it's fine. I'm okay with Jay winning. Actually, it's not the problem. But the way the execution, how the match was put together, the actual work in the match, it was really bad. Like, it was way worse than even I was expecting. Well, I thought it wasn't going to be good.
The way I put it was, what they did in that match was what should have been
Phil,
happening.
I think he's using the audio from Discord, not his microphone. So all we're hearing is his microphone through Discord or something. I don't know what he's doing differently, but he fucked something up. But it is very funny that his guest is way louder than him.
All of a sudden, he magically now can defeat for no reason. Like, where was the story where he learned how to beat all these moves or whatever? It never happened. Now, I'm okay with him winning. I'm just not okay with him winning. And now the way he's won, Gunther tapping on 5 seconds. Now Gunther, where does that put him? He looks like an asshole and he has nothing to do. So I think it was like, at what expense did Jay bad sacrifices to make?
Hot take. Did we even get Jay that much lower? Yeah, sure he won the title, but like the match was so bad. The match itself, like the actual work, the moves, you know, how the execution of the match was, it was so bad. I didn't feel like Jay's a bigger star coming out of this. He's at the same level as he was before. He's a title match, right? Everyone online is clamoring for him to lose the star match, or tonight. Like have Seth Rollins or someone have like drop right? Or he's gonna lose at Backlash, right? Which I mean, you don't want to do that. But so I don't think it helped Jay. Don't think it helped Gunther. Don't think it helped anyone. That was probably until Cody versus Cena. Probably the worst thing. So the night one was, I think, night one basically one of the worst WrestleManias of all time until the main event was actually probably the best match across both nights. I mean, it wasn't my favorite one. It might be the Intercontinental title match, the Braun Strowman. That was my personal favorite actual in-ring match, but in terms of like dramatic matches, like, you know, that's me the one that's me the match people remember from the show was that night one main event. Night 2,
Fucking in.
that's the opposite problem. show was a pretty quality WrestleMania card, I thought, right? You know, there was moments where the matches weren't as good, but they all had like exciting, like big storyline payoffs, with the odd exception, you know, Davey that great. I agree.
So many people use this V-hander. It's like the third person I've seen using it.
Stinker. It's so not good. It's just the execution. If you think about, like, frankly, Travis Scott owns the whole thing. I mean, you could have had this.
Million percent agree with you there. I don't think. Do you think it was one person watching? Like, oh, Travis Scott didn't come out now? Like, who would have reacted like that at all?
Everyone, so you think everyone big music they thought, oh, Travis Scott The Rock's coming out now,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And then The Rock didn't come out. It's like, it's Travis Scott. Like, I'm sorry, I'm sure he's big to the music hip hop people, but like as a in general, I think hip hop is kind of isolated itself.
I tried.
Hip hop just doesn't have the mainstream appeal as like regular
All right.
music or like.
Should have been the last one I needed to do, so now I can actually go turn that quest in.
It became like pop culture icons, and they kind of do. Hip hop does have that to some extent. And Travis Scott is kind of a name people would know, but they don't care as much, right? Like if you think hypothetically, like go back like 10, 15
Okay.
and say like this was.
So let's get this waypoint since I'm up here.
Came out in the main event of WrestleMania and beat up, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That would have been crazy. It wouldn't have made any sense. It would have been terrible, probably.
Please don't die. Thank God.
But at least people would know. It's like, oh my God, that's Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones, or whoever mainstream pop.
Here's another thing that I don't get. Who on Travis Scott is a mumble? Like, he's a mumble rapper. You know what I'm saying? Any mumble rapper, I don't in the ring.
Yeah, I know who he is.
No, I'm literally, I found the comment.
They had that I buy. He's a badass, great boxer. Get him in a ring with HBK or Triple H. I get it. You put Travis
God, nobody wants to listen to this, Phil.
care. It's fucking stupid. And what I was saying earlier on the show, I don't feel that's not criticism is when you think wrestling, you think of energetic, rock music. You don't think of mumble rap, and they're
You don't think of mumble rap. This is really old man yelling at clouds right now.
just, and especially what are you thinking? You have to have to legitimize it. That's why people didn't like the explanation.
I see what you did there. Here's the deal. Like, you could say, make the argument.
And I hit the dog. Lame.
That's fine, because Street Dog is kind of actually fit. That kind of style of rap does fit wrestling, that energy.
Oh my God, why are these two guys talking about rap music? Can you please stop?
Regardless, the main point is Travis Scott should not, frankly, should not have any celebrity, regardless of who it is, even if it was a big celebrity.
Travis Scott should not be ruining wrestling.
World title. There's a historic record break. Which isn't true, obviously. Ric Flair did have, like, I know that's a big, people say he had
Oh shit.
titles. If you count everything, he had like 25. Right. But it's still big, like, oh my God, great win. And it's like, because of a celebrity mumble rapper, like, not even doing anything here distracted Cody. So really,
Like, what is the point of doing this?
You should have had Cena cheat. You should have had hit the. What should have happened is you could have cut the Travis.
They're just rambling about Travis Scott
Have Cody,
for no reason.
the ref, have him go out to the outside, and Cena goes and gets the belt, and then they could have just gone from the belt spot.
Just saying how much they don't like Travis Scott. Okay, you're not the target audience for Travis Scott.
That wasn't even good. It was kind of like really shittily worked, and you could see Cena calling the spots out, which is what he does. That's how he works.
Remember that used to be the
DSP is so quiet right here. It's actually crazy.
John Cena calling out
Yeah.
every freaking spot in the ring and kept catching doing it.
Yeah, so you can see him talking, right? Which is fine, but like, just like the pace is wrong. They don't gel. They're not wrestling right together. Their styles don't.
Like, you just actually can't hear him.
For some reason, which Cody and Cena on paper sounds like it'd be a good matchup. It didn't happen. But in the end, it just stunk up the room. And you talk about the details of what happened, right? But I mean, this whole WrestleMania
Go ahead.
card,
Yeah, overall, what did you
He's had like 150 viewers this whole time.
the whole WrestleMania card, the whole WrestleMania show really hinged on this match being good. So this match being bad, the whole show is bad.
Right.
Even though, like, I would say night 2, if you cut out the main event, it was a pretty fun WrestleMania. Like, there's, the couple of good turns, views and stuff. There's a lot of fun moments. There's some good title changes. Some of the heels winning, but sometimes when it's happens, even if it's a heel, it's still kind of good, right? Like when the New Day beat, War Raiders, that was not a great moment, but it was still like, oh, it's an exciting title change, cool, right?
Right. If only every stream he did was this quiet.
You know, they're gonna have something
Exactly.
interesting to happen. Exactly.
I will say though, where some of the women's costumes were better, but most of them.
God, these are the worst enemies.
We have to make the costumes easy to make into toys, guys. We sell more toys. It's all about milking.
Milking.
Milking every
Milking?
part of the product, no matter what.
Milking.
Everything at the expense of the quality.
How the
of
f
everything.
how is he pronouncing that? Milking.
Every single thing was stretched to milk more money out
Milk.
of the product.
He's literally saying
Sponsors
milk.
everywhere. Ad breaks up the wazoo. Sponsors and matches. It's like making the matches work. Trivial, less interesting. They got like the drumstick guy, John Cena, or Curtis John Cena, or whatever it's gonna be, or all these matches sponsored by video games or whatever, which is fine. I mean, that's okay to have that, but there's a spot and time for it and approach too much to that.
Where is this seller?
Travis Scott, the celebrity, hopefully the celebrity will make more money. It's be a viral moment with
What?
Travis Scott that encroached in and made the match suffer for it. Right?
Very dumb.
Really dumb.
So overall, did you think that the main event of night 1 was the actual best match of all of WrestleMania, or do you think that there was a match that was better, maybe based on more of a? See, here's the thing. I really liked the main event of night 1. The one thing that drove me down for me, we already knew the outcomes. Like, we already had predicted it. We already talked about it on the show last week. Everyone had been saying the same thing. And for me, when you kind of know
Milking.
it definitely takes that air of on away. Like, when there's a Royal Rumble, there is no
Hey, what is happening? Okay, my controller actually fucked up there. That was annoying.
So, was that your favorite match, or did you like it better?
That was probably my favorite moment of the show.
I got stuck in the
While the
sheath
execution was
animation.
cool, I actually really liked the execution, like the way it played out, like the timing of it, like the specifics, like of what beat for beat would happen, like how they reacted, how Paul Heyman reacted. Seth,
my God.
his hand out, chair,
So is that what his plan was? Is he wanted
cool. Like, there was a lot of cool executions, and I like
one
that.
person to talk about each night?
Most exciting match I thought. That crazy Brock Breaker stuff. I mean, Dom winning the title. I did call. I thought that was gonna happen. I thought this.
You got me. I didn't think he was winning. I thought it was pent up, but you got it. You called that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that the way they basically turned a babyface. Like, I thought he was gonna win as a heel, but turning babyface is really interesting. I mean,
Turning
I've
babyface.
seen Dom as a heel for so long. Like the right move, the right time. Okay, John can't make it as a that sounds like good. You have to throw it in.
Yeah.
Back to the
Oh my god. I hate fighting these without healing, man.
Grabbed his ear and said, dude, they love you. Get your ass back out there and celebrate again. Because you're now the crowd favorite. And he ran back to the ring and started celebrating again. That was amazing. That's like an organic WrestleMania moment right there that you can't even predict. But that was pretty awesome.
It's the
No, I thought
worst
that was
enemy
great.
type.
I would say also the other match I really liked was the women's triple threat and the one that opened the night one. I like that one.
No, I guess he's talking about night 1 now, so never mind. Debunked. He just wants each of his guests to talk individually about the matches.
I got, and frankly, I will say this: I thought the worst matches on the show were.
That's what I want to hear. What's the worst?
Worst match.
Why are you so giggly?
The obvious. I mean, discarding the John Cena Cody Rhodes was just disappointing.
Oh, John Cena was the worst match. It's okay.
So, taking those out of the equation, use that Logan Paul like just down match, like you were saying, talking about earlier. That was a really bad match. It didn't make a lot of sense. The work rate wasn't very good.
So this guy's just agreeing with what Phil said. Okay.
This whole story with like, you know, Harry.
Very exciting. Okay. Great.
I think AJ's leaving because I can't. Get that great world title match with
Ah, there's just no dodging any of his fucking attacks. Ah! Oh, brother. This guy fucking sucks.
It's cool to see him. He's gonna be heel Cena for the rest of the year. I'm excited to see who he wrestles and stuff. But I don't need to see Raw tonight to see who he wrestles, because you know he's not wrestling anyone for the title tonight anyway. You know, I want to see Heyman and Seth come up with a new plot or whatever they're gonna do. But you know what? It's not immediately gonna come to fruition. That's gonna be something that's gonna be drawn out. I don't give two shits who Jey Uso wrestles. I really don't. Like, I don't know how that's even gonna be very good. So when you really look at it, I mean, what excitement do you have? Well, I want to see Dom as the IC title. I want to see.
Doesn't teleport and fucking hit me immediately. Oh my god. Fuck you. God, that boss is such a dick. It's a regular enemy, but they're the fucking worst. Okay. All that for a shitty weapon I'm not going to use.
There's some argument to be made that Cody losing at WrestleMania was a mistake, and that 40, while it was great,
Smart Guys, home of lukewarm wrestling takes and no production value.
and that they're comparing 39 to this, right? Cody lost.
Like, bare minimum, he should be showing pictures of everybody that was in the fights they're talking about. Bare minimum. You can do that. I know you can't show footage of the matches because WWE is crazy with copyright.
pay off later. And my argument to that would be, I mean, in 39, it was still like an enjoyable show. Even though the video was bad, I still came away with feeling that was a really great show. I'm gonna go back and watch wrestling again. With this one, yes, there can be down moments on a story from like A to B,
Okay.
ups and downs. There's parts which aren't as exciting, but for a WrestleMania,
I don't have.
even if it doesn't end in a sour ending, even if it's building up to next year's WrestleMania, even if it's
I have no idea. I very few people. The thing is there's ways to do commentary on almost any topic, really, and make it interesting, right? If you have genuine passion for something, you can talk about almost anything, and people will listen and, you know, take interest in it with you, because your passion for it kind of like imbues that in the people that are listening. But he doesn't have that. He's so fucking soulless that it doesn't matter what he's talking about. No one cares.
There's some big storyline where it's like, oh, now the relief is here. This is what it was all for. This is still
Like, he's so obviously just going through the motions, and it makes it unbearable.
and not like be depressing. And this wasn't it.
He's the definition of showing up to work and just collecting a paycheck, but he does it at the behest of people that just give him money.
Another important point, everything that you just
Yeah, I mean, that's just always true, though. This is how you don't plays are always more entertaining than the guy.
giant, glorious as Albright said, this is it. He's gone at the end of the year. We don't have another WrestleMania. We don't. We only have like 6.
Like, genuinely, when PPP was doing this, it was at least entertaining to hear him talk about it. Because I think in order to do a wrestling commentary show, you have to kind of understand that it's not like some fine art form. But the way that he's talking about it and everything, like, they take it just way too serious. I mean, I'm going to be ending pretty soon. I have to go pick up my kids. Or kid. One of them's already home. But I was just watching the end of this. Tonight I'm going to be possibly not restreaming, but I might stream later and watch the This Is How You Don't Play of Elden Ring while I play. Yeah, the Breath of the Wild's funny.
And again, you hear that? Does that make you want to watch more wrestling? This is missteps. Pop culture.
Oh my god, hit him, please. Okay.
A couple times he came and was in the Royal Rumble. This was during COVID, I think, so he was just kind of like doing nothing. He was in the Royal Rumble. He had a WrestleMania match with Damian Priest, and then he had that amazing match in Puerto Rico against
All these people talking shit with their kick highlighted messages.
that was actually bringing but he's a pretty cool guy, right? Not like a musical guest destroyers, and he's like actually working and then they paid off.
Yeah, I agree. This is really bad. I don't know, we'll see. Probably around like 6 or so. It's in a couple hours.
Music artists rap, but they actually made that work, and that's because I think Bad Bunny was.
If you're Pacific time.
A lot, he committed time to it.
Like 2.5 hours.
That's someone who's actually very clearly a passionate fan. But Travis Scott just feels like he's stepping in just because like I can make some money. He doesn't. I don't think doesn't even give a shit about wrestling. Like, I don't know.
The other thing is,
I got a couple errands I gotta go run.
winning the world title picture, he wasn't in the main event story storylines. He was in there Travis Scott
Yeah.
is literally right
Okay.
there fucking with the product, and everyone's like, what
Yes.
the hell?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They invented that bad.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna tap out. This is really bad.
Who's in the main event
But
of that specific
appreciate you coming by.
But, and he pushed Damian
Like I said, I'll probably be
Priest
live in like
back.
2.5 hours.
Pushed Damian Priest
Um,
to be kind of like a mid-carder to
Let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you'll see when I go live, brother.
So,
But anyways,
sometimes you can do that. You
anyone that's there, thank you for coming by. I gotta tap out. This is making me want to drive my car off a
It's all
cliff.
about execution,
All right.
delivery.